Welcome, 8th graders. I am just so thrilled to have you here today for this explainer. We are tackling a topic that honestly, every single one of you is going to use. And I don't just mean in school, but for the rest of your lives. We're talking about correspondence writing, or more specifically, how to write to request or complain effectively. Okay, let's dive into this, because mastering this skill is kind of like having a secret superpower out there in the real world.
Think about it for a second. Have you ever received a broken item in the mail? Maybe you ordered a cool new phone case and boom, it arrived completely cracked. Or maybe your sports team desperately needs some new practice equipment, or you just feel a grade on your latest project wasn't quite right. These are real-world frustrations, and they happen to absolutely all of us. Life just requires asking for things or fixing problems. But here is the secret. Reacting with anger or being outright rude almost never gets you what you want. Actually, scratch that. It usually makes things way worse.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is exactly how we're going to break this down. Today we'll cover the power of asking, the golden rule, 4 steps to success, real-world examples, your homework assignment, and finally, the godly learner.
Section 1. The power of asking. Why your words matter. Knowing exactly how to write a polite request or complaint is literally the difference between being totally ignored and actually getting your problem solved. Just look at this comparison here. On the left, we've got the rude rant. Have you ever seen someone leave one of those really angry all-caps reviews online? You know the ones, screaming, "I demand a refund right now, you guys are the absolute worst." Well, that kind of hostility just damages relationships. People instantly put up a wall. Often, the rant just gets completely ignored because, let's be real, nobody wants to engage with that kind of aggression. But look on the right, we have the polite request. Writing calmly, clearly, and giving actual evidence shows real respect for the reader's time. And when you respect them, they're significantly more likely to respond positively and actually help you out.
Section 2. The golden rule, the biblical foundation for communication. Communicating politely isn't just some grammar rule or a standard classroom expectation. For us, it's a deeply biblical mandate for how we are commanded to treat one another. Let's look at Luke chapter 6, verse 31. Do to others as you would have them do to you. So the crucial point is that this verse applies even when you're super frustrated, even when you got the wrong order, even when someone totally made a mistake. You really have to ask yourself, if I were the customer service rep or the teacher or the coach opening this letter, how would I want to be spoken to? Grace and patience must be the absolute foundation of every single word we write.
Section 3. 4 steps to success. The framework for your letters. So how do we practically put all that into action? Well, this is the exact framework you're going to use whenever you need to write one of these letters. Let's walk through these 4 steps together. Step 1. Start politely. Begin with something simple like, "I would like to request," or "I am writing to inform you." Set a respectful tone right out of the gate. Step 2. Provide details. Don't be vague here. Include the specific dates, the item names, or the exact events related to the situation. Step 3. Suggest a solution. Look, don't just complain, show that you've actually thought about how to fix the problem. And finally, step 4, stay calm. This is where you absolutely have to avoid angry words, sarcasm, or any threats. Remember, an angry letter is a completely ineffective letter. Keeping it reasonable is what gets the job done. Section 4. Real-world examples. Let's move to and see how this builds, seeing the steps in action.
Let's see how this all builds into real, everyday situations. Our first example is a request for classroom supplies. Imagine you're in the art club, and the context is that there are only 5 paintbrushes for 20 students. Yikes, that's a real problem, right? So you state it politely, "I am requesting additional paintbrushes for our club." You give the details about those 5 brushes for 20 students, and then you offer the clear solution. "We would appreciate at least 15 more brushes to meet our needs." Why does this work so well? Because it's incredibly specific, it's highly polite, and it gives the reader a very clear, measurable request they can simply say yes to. Now, let's look at example 2, a complaint about a service. Let's say you ordered a shirt online, and it arrived with a massive tear in it. First up, you state the problem clearly. The shirt arrived damaged. Then you provide those crucial details, the order number, and the exact date it arrived on your doorstep. Finally, you suggest the solution. Politely ask for a refund or a replacement. This works perfectly because you aren't just yelling at the company. You're handing them all the necessary exact information they need to look up your account and fix your problem fast. And example 3 is one you might honestly use very soon, a request for help. Let's say you need some tutoring in math. You start by politely asking the teacher for extra help. Then, you detail the specific math topics you're struggling with. So don't just say, "I don't get math." Say, "I am really struggling with linear equations." Then suggest times you're actually available to meet. And this brilliantly illustrates our main point. Asking for help this way shows immense maturity.
It shows you're taking ownership of your own learning and have a genuine willingness to improve. As a teacher, I can tell you we absolutely love receiving a well-thought-out request like this.
Section 5. Your homework assignment. Practice what you've learned.
Okay, now it's your turn. We've talked about the theory, we've looked at the real-world examples, but actively practicing what you've learned is how you truly master this academic skill. Here are your 5 homework tasks. Number 1, write a polite opening line for a letter requesting more books in the school library. Number 2, state a clear request for new playground equipment. Number 3, write just one single sentence describing a complaint about late bus arrivals. Number 4, give one possible solution for that bus arrival complaint. And number 5, explain in your own words why politeness is especially important in complaint letters. I want you to go ahead and pause this explainer right now so you can write these 5 questions down in your notebook. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Section 6. The Godly Learner. The HeroesMart Academy Philosophy. Welcome back. Before we wrap up today, I want to take a quick moment to look at the much deeper purpose behind this entire lesson. At HeroesMart Academy, we firmly believe that academic skills, like writing persuasive letters, don't just exist in a vacuum. Look at Romans chapter 8, verses 6 through 7. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. We intertwine biblical morality with education here because education without morality can actually hurt people. Think about it. If you are highly intelligent and know how to write a powerfully persuasive letter, but you use it to tear people down out of anger, well, your knowledge is just causing destruction. Intelligence shouldn't just make you more capable, it should equip you to make wise, God-honoring choices. Keeping your mind spiritually minded, treating people with grace and patience, that's what leads to life and peace. And that is my final encouragement to you today. Pursue academic excellence for sure. Learn how to write the absolute best, most effective request letters possible. But while you do it, keep your mind centered on God, truth, wisdom, and making righteous choices. So I'm going to leave you with this question. The next time you are frustrated with a broken item or a bad situation and you feel the need to complain, will your words bring destruction or will they bring life and peace? The choice and the pen are in your hands. Have a wonderful day of learning, 8th graders.